And I start out the game with one of the worst breaks I've ever put on YouTube. And although we made a solid, we made the 5 ball in the top right hand corner. It's not take what you make around here. So if I wanted to shoot the stripes, I could. But in this case, I've decided on the solids. And there's a lot of factors that play into that. With one of the most pronounced reasons is not having a decent shot on a straight ball here. I could shoot that 14 in the top right hand corner, but I really don't want to start this rack like that, so I decided to shoot the 2 ball first and open up the solids a little bit. And this is more like a game of straight pull than 8 ball. So, one of the most pressing questions you have to begin a rack of 8 ball is, do I have a pocket for the 8 ball that the stripe is not blocking? And as you can see, the bottom 2 corner pockets are fine to shoot the 8 ball. As for shooting the 8 ball up top toward the top of the rack, both side pockets are blocked and both top hand corner pockets are blocked. And it's okay because you don't want to be pressed to get the cue ball in this little area right here to shoot the 8 ball up table anyway. So because all the solid balls are down table, there's no need to limit yourself on the 8 ball. As for the key ball or the ball that you're going to use to get right position on the 8 ball, looks like it's going to be this 1 ball or this 4 ball. It just kind of depends on how the rack develops as we go through it. We'll make that decision a little bit closer to the end of the game. For now, you shouldn't do this. If I had to pick, I'd probably pick the 1 ball, but because of the position of the balls, it could wind up being the 4 ball. So I'm shooting the 2 ball first, and I'm also knocking the 3 ball because I don't like where this 10 ball is positioned. It's kind of getting in the way of things. I want to knock the 3 ball a little bit further up the table and perhaps have a shot in the left hand side pocket for the 3 ball as the game develops and a little bit further down the line. This is a touchy little shot here, and a whole lot of players want to put draw on this cue ball. And if you do that, you're going to hit the 8 and you're going to get stuck with a very difficult out. You have to shoot this ball hard, and you have to shoot. You're playing an unnatural angle here, so you have to spin the hell out of the cue ball, and you have to shoot it hard so the 6 ball doesn't take all the English, and there's a fine line in there. So this is shot with just right hand English, no top and no bottom, just right, and just a little bit of right, not as much as you might think. You want the cue ball to spin back and knock the 10 ball out of the way. And yeah, we're moving a lot of balls, but if you look at this rack, it pretty much demands that you move some balls around. And now it's becoming obvious that the 4 ball is going to be the key ball. That's the safest ball to play for the key ball. And you should be right there on the 8 if you just hit a stop shot on the 4. And you might have to settle for being on the rail, but it's all good. Let's go ahead and proceed. We're shooting this 3 in the side, but we want to stay a little bit on the right hand side of the 7 ball so we can get back on the 1 ball. And then we have another very tricky shot from the 1 and back on the 4. We don't have much room because we have 2 straight balls sitting right there, so we might have an inch of error to play with here. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit hairy and a little bit touchy, and it's going to take a little more power than you might first think. And that's because we wind up a little bit on the left-hand side of the 1 ball line, so we have to bend the cue ball back. And then, like I said, we're going to wind up on the rail, and there's things you can do on this shot to keep from being on the rail and shooting the 8 ball from off the rail. But this is one of those cases where you should just leave good enough alone and just be glad you got through this rack and you're on the 8 and just take a deep breath and shoot straight and win this game, guys. Now, what do you think? Should we play the whole rack again on video?
Boo! You suck! Get off the stage! Get off the table! Quit it, man! Boo! Boo!
Seriously, I want to get your input. Maybe I missed something here. Maybe you guys have a better way. And this is what it's all about. It's all about learning from each other and not just me up here harping and saying, do it this way and that's the way, and because I'm the god of pool and all this other stupid crap. I want to know what you guys think.